Hey folks, YouTubers, Gary here. Thought I'd let you know that on this fine September day, which it's quite doggone hot here, I'm finishing the roof, the last side of it. Finally got, I was kind of waiting for 5 days where we got a forecast of no rain to finish this last side of the house, which is the most difficult side because it's got 2 chimneys on it and lots of support work to do in the attic, and sagging the doggone, it didn't have enough air circulation in there, so it acted like a kiln and it dried a lot of the plywood out. And even though it's only 18 inches between the joists, you'd step on it, it'd still sag and crack. And so I had to put like I've got 20 supports, you know, I had to jack it up and put supports in. And there's still a few more that I've got to do, but thought I'd tune you up here with the video on finishing the roof. Show you here where I'm at. Actually, this doggone video is my excuse to take a break. Anyway, there it is. I'm getting ready to start laying I'm gonna unroll my edging out and then start my first row of shingles. In case you're wondering why the hell I got all those lines up there, those are where the joists are, and I want to try to walk on them. And that's why I spray painted those lines up there, because I don't need any more problems than I already got. Anyway, that's where I'm at. And I'm using the quad here with my little trailer to haul shingles out instead of carrying them on my, you know, I'm saving this much anyway, from all the way from inside the garage out and then back around to here. I'm hauling them on this little trailer to save me that much. You know, I'm just going to go from here up. Got about 8.5 square to put on there. Got this mess, all the tear off to clean up, but I ain't going to do that till I'm done. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I got a tear off pile like that in the back that I got to clean up too. And while we're talking here, I kind of wanted to get off topic and talk about computers for a minute. I've got a relatively fast computer. I've got a Dell Inspiron. It's got a Core 2 Duo processor in it, and I can't. It's like both. One's 2.8, one's like 3 gigahertz, and then it's got like a gig of RAM, and it's got a 160 gig hard drive. It's a really nice unit. My little brother sent it to us here for so that we could do we could Skype. You know, we could see each other and talk to each other online, which is something if you've got a loved one that lives far away that you don't get to see much. If they got a computer and a webcam, there's nothing better than Skype. I mean, you can blow it up as big as your screen. I've got a 37-inch monitor that I'm using, a digital TV for my computer monitor, which is great. I will never go back to a little tiny computer monitor again. Anyway, you know, when my brother and I speak to each other, I can blow him right up, you know, so he's 37 inches there. It's just like, it's the next best thing to be in there. It's better than a telephone. And you just want to, it's overseas, so you want to be careful what you say. You want to be careful what you say anyway, because Big Brother's looking over your shoulder. Everything you do, no matter what it is and how small it is, he's watching. And yeah, I don't mean to sound paranoid, but that's pretty realistic in my book. We don't have any privacy anymore. And I do mean that. Anyway, I thought I'd let you know kind of what's going on. Take a little break here. And I wanted to ask you a question. You know, myself, I really enjoy doing research, and I've got a couple topics that I do a lot of research on. One is the origin of mankind. Where do we come from? What do you believe? Do you believe the creationist theory, or do you believe in evolution? Do you believe in a combination of the two? Or do you believe in something a little, you don't buy either one of them bullshit stories, and you kind of wonder. Well, if you're in that category, then let me just give you a name here, if you're interested in researching the origins of mankind, Lloyd Pye, Loydpye. Okay, this guy has a theory called the interventionist theory. And that's all I'm going to say. It's on the edge of your seat, fascinating theory, and backed up by scientific fact. And it's since we've finally mapped the human genome and we're getting more and more knowledgeable about genetics, we can pretty much factor in 100% sure that mankind did not evolve as a species here on this planet. We were put here and genetically manipulated, and if you research the ancient civilizations on this planet, if you go back to the oldest of the old, which are the ancient Sumerians, and there's an ancient book called the Ili Amish, and that book has the 12 tablets of creation on it, or the 12 tablets of how we got here. And there's one common thread that they talk about, which all ancient civilizations have in common, and that is there were visitors from above who came down. They called them the gods. They gave us everything we have. They gave us, civilization. They gave us farming, our political system, irrigation, architecture. All of these things were handed down by these visitors from above. And they go into great detail about it. And one thing that I really find fascinating about the ancient Sumerians is, for an ancient people, they had mapped the solar system and they had all of the planets on it. Pluto, Venus, and even we know for a fact now that we've studied the solar system that there was a planet in our solar system that exploded or collided with another planet. Anyway, that planet is called Tiamat. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, the ancient Sumerians had all of this in their solar charts. And as a civilization, as a modern civilization, we didn't discover Pluto until like 1938, when we finally got a telescope big enough to see it. And ancient Sumerians had it in their star charts. So that's something to pay attention to, and it's if you're interested in the origins of mankind, you should dive into the ancient books of the ancient world. I don't believe that these are myths. These are fact. Anyway, Lloyd Pye. Remember that name. Google search that and check out his interventionist theory on the origins of man. Very fascinating stuff. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. I guess I'm not sweating so bad now. I'll go back on the roof. See ya.